Okay, let's dive right into it. So, my last previous video, I talked about strategies, my strategy form. I kind of covered it really brief. This one here, though, I wanted to go into a little bit more, and it's called my strategy rules. So, my strategies form, you can watch the other video, but the synopsis is, I've got ticker symbols out there that I'm looking at, and that's where I set up my buy orders, what the difference between this, the stop loss is versus maybe a limit or a trailing stop. Well, these strategy rules really plays into, for momentum strategy or swing or my scalp, what am I looking at? What are the different types of indicators I'm looking at to determine whether it's a buy signal or a sell signal, okay? So looking at my screen here, this is my main form, and then you click this button here and it takes you over to the strategy rules, okay? Now, I'm just showing you the form. I'm gonna actually show you live here in just a second, okay? But I created the rules as a tree node, okay? So, and I can have parent-child relationship. I can have sub nodes underneath each one, so I can get as detailed as I want. But the main thing is, is a rule or a swing or stuff like that. Okay, and so I'm going to have the rule name in here. I put a description in, and that description is mainly for myself. Okay, and then one of the things is the property. Okay, so I left the property name and the name of the node the same, just to keep it simple for me, okay? I could have these different if I wanted to. But this property goes back to the JSON object that I'm getting from TD Ameritrade. And it comes from the quotes or ticker history, basically. Whatever those field names are for that JSON, for the ticket history, that's what I'm pulling into here, because that's what I'm comparing against the most, okay? I've got a couple other values like ATR that are not average true range, that are not part of TD Ameritrade, and those are part of my database. So I will compare them to, like I've got it in here, if it makes sense for that. Now, some of these, as you notice, are active, or I've got some of them that are inactive. Okay, so like I was playing with change today. I didn't like change today. The percent change is better for me because I want to see percentage, not so much change today is the actual value, like 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents. I didn't want to see that. So, my percentage change is greater than, I'm gonna go ahead and edit this real quick. So I've set these up to be the operations, the same as what C# has, okay? No different than the different types I can use. Those correspond back to the C# types, not JSON, not Python, nothing like that. These are C# only, okay? And so I've got that in there. I'm doing greater than, and then property 2. This is something I'm playing with. I don't have it fully framed up yet, or wired up yet, so I'm not going to cover that. But then the value, okay? And this double, could be -1, it could be double -1.0. If I want to say like 2%. So if the stock is coming down and is less than -2% for the day, I can trade it. Typically, I don't want to do that. I'm looking for anything that's less than 1%, because maybe it dipped down below, it's opening, and then it's rising back up, okay? But if it's going to continue falling off, 1.5, 2, 3, 4%, or like Netflix, -20% the other day, no, I don't want to trade those with this strategy. I wanted to trade the momentum, and I'm trading for myself. I'm trading the long momentum, okay? I'm not doing shorting with this one right here. So I can set the value in there. I can set the processing order, which is the big one for me. So let's say that I'm looking at the last price or VWAP or an EMA or the MACD. I can set that as my primary filter. Basically, what the strategy rules is it's basically a filter. And then this would be during my second checks, okay? And I can set the processing order however I need it to be, okay? But then the other thing is, and this is what really changed my buy and sell, whether I should enter a position or not. And I added a weighting system to it. It met my criteria. I wanted to give it a +1. If it really met, like I had an indicator that it really met, for some reason, I can't think it off the top of my head, I'm sorry. But I could give it a positive weight and I could keep going up, okay? Or it doesn't meet the criteria. So there, on this one here, let's say it's -2%. The stock is -2% down on the day. I want my negative weight to be -2, or I could put -1 in there, but I really wanted to give it more emphasis of negative weight, okay? And the reason why I did that is because of this right here. There's a formula at the bottom of that function that sits there and looks at all the strategy rules that are active, okay? And it says, okay, what's the total number of rules? How many of those were true? So true versus false, because that's what these are mainly are. Is it true or false? And what I'm doing is I'm taking the trues and divide that by the total number of rules to give me a percentage. And I've got another value in my global parameters that says, hey, if my strategy rules don't equate to 100% or 90% or whatever that percentage is that I put in there, then don't take the trade. Plain and simple, okay? So let's go to my code. I've got a strategy to check out here. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm going to come up here and I'm grabbing all of the strategy rules, okay? One, I'm going to check to see if an active trade exists. If it doesn't, then I'm going to grab the strategy rules. And I'm grabbing the active rules, okay? And then I'm getting the type. So the strategy rules are based upon a C# or .NET expression trees. So the bottom line of it is it allows me to, after the code's already compiled, the code's running, it can take in other values, other code, and compile it and run it as part of your already pre-piled running code. Go YouTube it. You figure it out, okay? All this really is, you know, expression trees, you have a left and right value and then the operator in the middle, okay? So that's all I'm doing, is grabbing those, I'm setting it up the way I want it to go, and then that's when I come in here and I'm compiling it while the code's running, while the CX is running. I'm doing a compiler on my left value, right value, comparing them, and then getting a result, okay? And that result, if it's true, then it's going to grab that positive weight, like we talked about before. False grabs that negative weight, okay? And then I'm going to just log. I want to log what happened, okay? So, anyways, that's it in a nutshell. Hopefully that will help other traders. You know, if you've got a C# form or other things that you've written, and maybe you weren't sure what to do, I would say that if you need this weighting system, you know, put it in your own code, put it in your stuff, okay? But this right here has allowed me to be more dynamic and change on the fly certain values that I need to as I was paper trading or even live trading. I saw something I didn't like, I could go in here and change the value real quick, and then next time my timer would fire off to go check the market, pull down new ticker symbols and stuff like that, or the stats for the tickers, it would take these new values into effect, into play. And so therefore I could change it on the fly. And the next run, boom, I'm good to go. Anyways, if you hit the like button below, if you like the video, definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell beside it. That way you get a notice every time I release a new video. But hey, thank you for watching and good luck with your trades.